What caused the Mandela effect? The Mandela effect is an incredible series of changes to our past, present, and future that we can't control or explain.
But one thing I want to bring attention to is that the internet always tries to make this seem so strange. How could we all think this? This just adds to our false memories because they are being falsely confirmed by other people's false memories. We don't feel alone in these common misperceptions and are convinced there's a greater explanation. And the cycle goes on and on. Psychology. In this video, we will look at the psychological explanations behind the Mandela effect and why the things you remember are not always the way they seem. Your brain is like a pattern machine. It loves to recognize patterns and fill in the blanks when it can so that we can process information in coherent ways. When it comes to memories, this can lead to our brain filling in the blanks in incorrect ways and finding patterns that aren't there. The Dease-Roediger-McDermott paradigm is not only a mouthful to say, but is an example of how we can misremember things simply by association. You can check out my memory test video to see if you fall for it. Essentially, this is how the test normally goes. A participant gets shown a series of words that are similar to each other: bed, pillow, blanket, etc. Later they are asked to freely recall the words that they saw, and they tend to misremember certain words, such as sleep, which is related to the presented words, but was never shown. You try it. It's hard, and it turns out our brains are very likely to misremember seeing words that were never on the list, simply because they were related to the other words. A false memory. Our brains...
Mandela effect is it does the exact opposite of this. Its main hooking point relies solely on memory. People who get involved in cults and religious craziness and conspiracy theories are usually smart people. So it's important that it hooks us by A, logic, and B, non-provability. Conspiracy theory that is the Mandela effect, you probably remember that there was an E in Berenstain Bears because you weren't old enough to read. So when your parents told you we were reading the Berenstain Bears based off of your knowledge of how vowels work, the mental image of the word in your head probably had an E. And lastly, my biggest issue with the Mandela effect is that it's just plain lazy. It's just lazy, man. That's all. I mean, it's just lazy. Like,